Program complete. Enter when ready.
All right, welcome back to another Trek review where we talk about Star Trek, but this week is a little different. This week we're going to do the award ceremony that we normally do during our podcast, entitled What Does Caleb Think? So in this abbreviated podcast, we're just going to wrap up the entire second season of Star Trek The Original Series of the episodes that we specifically watched. And to give a look back to help Caleb, but also for viewers, we're going to do the award ceremony for all of these episodes overall. And the episodes are Amok Time, The Doomsday Machine, Mirror Mirror, The Trouble with Tribbles, Journey to Babel, A Private Little War, The Ultimate Computer, and Assignment Earth. All right, so let's get into it.
Caleb.
For the entire second season, Caleb, who is the most unlikable character and gets the Erica Artegas Award?
Definitely the girl from Private Little War.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say Cyrano Jones because you really didn't like him, but yeah, she's definitely not too favorable.
Who was that guy? Who was that guy you just said?
Oh, Cyrano Jones was the traitor in the Tribbles episode.
Oh,
the merchant.
God. He was really annoying. I think she's worse though.
Yeah, well, I think
overall in that episode, really stood out to me.
I think to your point, I think he's irritating because his character is meant to be irritating, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be
right, and she's irritating, and she's not supposed to be irritating.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like this smart, witch doctor, and she's just not.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so who gets the Elizabeth Cutler Award for being most forgettable?
I'm gonna go with Mirror Universe Kirk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's got the one scene when he's like, "You better let me out, Spock. I'll give you my name. I'll give you anything you want, Spock." And that was it.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's the thing we talked about because I recently re-listened to the episode, and he's definitely very forgettable in the sense because everything that normal our Kirk is doing and setting up with Spock and setting up with everybody, it's this guy's just going to come back and undo it. He didn't change. You didn't change Mirror Universe's Kirk's heart or his thinking. It's he's just going to come back to be just as terrible.
And for me, it's the fact that the Mirror Universe is supposed to be full of these just ruthless people. And if Kirk's like the captain of the ship, which means he assassinated everybody to get that position.
Right.
And he comes aboard the Enterprise and just immediately gets captured and put in prison. It's well, I guess he's not really too bad of a guy,
I mean, there is a chance that when the transporter worked at the end of the episode and the other people were there, right?
Yeah.
Spock could have just shot them. He just murdered him right there, but it doesn't seem like he would do that based off of it. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. I like it. So who gets the Trip Tucker Award for being the MVP of season 2?
Scotty.
Yeah.
It's always Scotty.
It is always Scotty, but you got some really, really good Scotty stuff in this season.
There's some good Scotty ones, yeah.
Doomsday Machine, him and Kirk working on the constellation.
Yep.
And then you got that great fight scene on the station with the Klingons and the whole don't you think you should rephrase that, laddie?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of
and
good Scotty stuff.
He fixes, let's see, he I mean, he's the reason that they got out of the mirror universe,
Yeah.
and he is the one who beams the guy aboard from the rocket
Oh,
launch.
yep, yeah, yep. Gary Seven, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just all around, he's a good. He's
Oh,
always
yeah.
my MVP.
Mm,
It's easy to say Kirk because, he does a lot of stuff and he's the captain, but,
sure,
you know, the ship
sure.
doesn't function without the
Not
engineer.
wrong. Not wrong. No, I like it. I think it's great. I think Scotty's a great character. I think, they always label the three as being like the main people, which is Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. And I
Hmm.
sometimes think that they forget
Yeah.
that like Scotty is the second officer. So like if when Kirk and Spock are not on ship, like he takes over.
Right. Yeah.
So I think a lot of people forget that. Okay, so what gets the Shran Award for being the best action sequence? Bum, 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 bum.
That
Like you
was
have
this
that.
season. Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's got to be that then. I forgot about Amok Time.
Oh, so you're picking Kirk and Spock?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, that's a very classic Star Trek thing.
True, true.
And that hallway fight scene was really good, but it's quick.
Yeah,
And there's a couple other fight scenes that aren't, crazy. But
yeah,
like
right.
Kirk and Spock battling in that arena to the death is like you gotta. I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty good, right?
no other choice. Yeah.
I mean, I'm picturing being like a viewer in the 60s and like that episode comes on. It's like, no, it's to the death. I'm like, oh my God. Will Kirk survive?
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
Spock kill his friend? Will Spock show any emotions one way or the other? Find
Yeah,
out next week.
totally.
Yeah,
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
it's a good episode.
It's very iconic. What gets the NX award for some sweet ship stuff?
There was a lot of really cool like CGI shots of the ship doing stuff that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
Like when they were at the star base.
yeah. I remember you liked all the seeing the ships like outside the window, and
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
so
I thought that was cool.
to me also like I was just the competitors. You had the Doomsday Machine, them fighting. You had the three Constellation class ships in the Ultimate Computer. Like you get to see them all
Hmm.
together in formation. So yeah,
I like that.
there's a lot of choices. You had the Trident scanner this season. Like you liked tech related things. So
Mm, that's true. I really like the Trident scanner. You only see it like twice.
yeah, yeah. I think you see it in Doomsday Machine for the first time. He takes it out of the wall.
Yeah.
Then you see it in Ultimate Computer when
Yeah, it
the
gets
guys
vaporized.
gets vaporized. It might be in it one other time, but yeah.
I'll go with like all like the redesigned like CGI shot. I really enjoy
Okay.
how they are like modern, but they're also meant to look like they match that era.
Like retro, yeah.
I like that
So,
feel. Let's go with like Ultimate Computer when you get to see all the Starfleet stuff. You get to
oh,
see all the
okay.
Starfleet ships.
Like the formation of the other.
Yeah, I like that. I like seeing other Starfleet ships because you usually don't.
True. Okay, cool. I like it.
Why are you shooting at us, Kirk?
Kirk, why?
Kirk, turn your phases off 1,000%. What are you doing, Kirk?
And he's like, Daystrom,
Turn it off.
why?
Sweet. Why? Why? Why?
uh, all right. What gets the Porthos Award for being the cheesiest thing of the episode? Whoa, the
Of the
cheesiest
season.
of the season.
The cheesiest thing of the season is the tie-in to the show that never aired.
Just the
That
entire.
is just that whole thing.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Trying to do a season finale and tie that into a show that nobody wanted and nobody cared about. to
Yeah.
me is the cheesiest thing that happened this season.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you.
I thought going into this season that, Trouble with Tribbles was going to be this really like,
Hmm.
whatever episode, real cheesy, all these furry things all over the place. Like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
That was like very normal
Yeah.
compared to like that season
Yeah.
finale. Man, I don't know. I didn't think it could get worse than
Yeah.
Private Little War because I really didn't like that episode.
Yeah.
But that season finale, it was like really, really like weird and bad. And then when you told me like, oh yeah, that was supposed to be like a pilot for a new show, and I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me,
It's
that's the cheesiest.
yeah, it's rough. It's not one of my favorites either. It's hard because like that's what I find, and that we both found out together is like some of the original series Star Trek is like really good and really well written and like funny and interesting and
Mhm.
stuff, and then other stuff is like, oh boy, like
Depends
okay,
on whose short stories they bite.
yeah, yeah. Okay, and finally, what gets the Enterprise Award for the best scene of the entire season two?
Probably when Kirk opens the hatch and all the tribbles come out.
Okay,
I mean, I'm kind of joking, but also kind of not. I really enjoy that scene. And I really enjoy like the whole like behind the scenes of like the prop guys just throwing
throwing,
fur
yeah,
balls at him like while he's standing there.
yeah.
And the fact that the prop department had to make like 6,000 of those stupid things
Yeah.
so that they can have like a pile of them. It's like,
No, it's
oh
good.
man,
It's good. No,
I like that.
that's a great pick. It's super it's one of the most famous things that comes out of Star
It's
Trek,
pretty
really.
iconic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, to me, the only other real competitors you had this season is like a muck time stuff. You know, some of that was pretty iconic.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is good. I think a lot of it out of what we showed and what I showed and what we discussed, like it's kind of the most compelling, like the most like
Yeah.
capturing episode. So totally.
I really like Mirror Mirror
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I really like that whole like concept of that episode. I like Spock with a goatee.
Yeah,
I liked all the episodes we watched except for two. So
yeah, which is good. I mean, that's kind of hit and miss, and I don't know. Season three, it's hard. You know, it's like we've talked
yeah,
about how it's not going to be as good, and you know that is true. But it's like at the same time, I don't think it's like they're not awful. They're just you just lose more and more episodes like Trouble and Tribble and Amok Time and the Doomsday Machine that are like iconic that like everyone talks about and really likes and stuff like that.
yeah,
And then you get more into these like hit and miss episodes in season three. Now some people are like huge fans of it, but you know, it's just
mm,
everybody's you know, some people just like it. And that's all right.
yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always good to keep an open mind as things go forward because you never know what it's going to be.
Yeah,
So that'll conclude the award ceremony of what Caleb thinks. So go down to the comment section and write what you thought, what had gotten what award. You know, what was your favorite best scene? You know, what was the cheesiest thing? Whatever. Let us know down below. Next week will be our return to the normal podcast. It will be an episode from the third season. And just as a reminder, if you hadn't watched Assignment Earth, we talked about it at the very end of that video, but next week's will be the Enterprise incident. So you can look
mm,
forward to that. That'll be us getting into season three. And also, we'll be slightly changing up the format. We're going to kind of get rid of reading the long recap of From Memory Alpha. And Caleb and I are just going to take some notes, probably do the more responsible thing and like jot down notes and points that we want to discuss and then just talk about it and let the episode not be as long as it has been. But at the same time, if we get on a topic and we like it and it runs that long, then so be it. So that's kind of the idea. So as always, you can like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with all your friends and family and Trek enthusiasts, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and ring that bell so you catch all these episodes and other episodes like Star Trek History and the RPG when that comes out. Also, go over to Caleb's channel. He's got some cool Star Trek stuff right now.
Yeah. The I don't know if you know the Tomb Raider is getting a remake on
I
like
thought I
Valentine's Day.
heard about that. Oh, okay. Okay.
So it comes out on Valentine's Day. They're doing 1, 2, and 3, and it's kind of cool. It's a cool thing. I'm excited for it because it's not like a fully revamped remake. It's like let's make these kind of still look the same but
Oh, okay.
playable.
Playable. Okay.
So it's like, not boxy, but it's not like Tomb
It's not
Raider
her. It's not her now.
shadows. It's
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's a cool concept, and
That's cool.
it's funny. It's one of those things where it looks like how you remember it as a kid,
Yeah.
but that's not how it looks.
No, no.
So I'd like to do a video for that, something Tomb Raider themed.
Okay.
So I have something kind of in the works. So maybe you'll see something, maybe you won't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably put out another like basement game room update at some point here next couple weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's totally different down there.
Yeah. It's cool.
Very cool. Oh, Christopher. Oh, Christopher.
Alrighty, gang. Well, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. I hope you look forward to season 3. And Caleb, take us out.
All right, M5 end program.
See you guys.
And
Here we
you
go.
take me high.